Jack Lew and Rudy Giuliani offered differing opinions on Iran at JPost conference. In a video address, Netanyahu defends criticism of US policies. Erdogan suffers major setback in Turkey's parliamentary election. And Jews and Muslims pray side by side in LA. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Here are the top stories for June 8th. US Treasury Secretary Jack Lew gave a fervent defense of the emerging deal with Iran at the Jerusalem Post conference in New York last night, a speech that was interrupted by sporadic jeers from the audience. Also speaking at the event, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani presented the other side of the coin.
Keeping Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon is not a new or recent national security priority for the Obama administration. It's been a core priority since the very beginning. And our commitment to stopping Iran is not just rhetoric, our commitment is backed up with action.
How could you not be worried about Iran becoming a nuclear power when the man who is the dictator of Iran is dedicated to your destruction? You would have to be stupid not to be worried about that.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also addressed the conference via a video address in which he defended criticism of the policies of US President Barack Obama's administration.
Israel has no better friend in the world than the United States, and the United States has no better friend than Israel. I want to thank President Obama, the Congress, and the American people for all they've done for Israel's security. But even the closest of friends can respectfully disagree about issues of international security. And of these, none is more important to Israel, to the stability of the Middle East, and to the peace of the world than the threat posed by Iran's nuclear program. Preventing Iran from being able to build nuclear weapons is the preeminent challenge of our generation. We must understand that Iran doesn't just threaten the destruction of Israel. It is conquering huge swaths of the Middle East as it seeks to export its Islamic revolution across the globe.
Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan's hopes of assuming greater powers suffered a major setback on Sunday when his ruling AK party failed to win an outright majority in a parliamentary election. The AKP will try to form a coalition government as its first option, but an early election could be on the cards if it fails to do so, Deputy Prime Minister Numan Kurtulmuş said today. Erdogan had hoped a crushing victory for the AKP would allow it to change the constitution and create a more powerful US-style presidency. Instead, it has been left unable to govern alone for the first time since it came to power almost 13 years ago. And a video recently posted to YouTube shows how 20 Muslims and Jews came together in Los Angeles last month for a day of co-joined prayer around the city. The initiative aimed to break barriers and spread a message of peace under the banner Two Faiths, One Prayer.
We were just so surprised that we could do this together, and it's very similar, and it was kind of like an aha moment that we're praying to the same God, and why aren't we doing this all the time together?
We have 5 different stops throughout LA.
Jason Johnson does the Iqamah. Yeah. And then you start the Shema after he says La ilaha illallah.
God. People around us will see that, and if nothing else, they'll wonder. And it just plants the seed of hope and the seed of possibility of peace.
Courage to walk.
Grant us courage to walk
this righteous path.
This righteous path.
Praying side by side.
Praying side by side.
And yearning together for peace.
And yearning together for peace.
And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more news from Israel. Until then, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.